Memories of motion linger still. Fool that I am, I try to catch them. No, you don't, you won't escape. You are my dreams. Get down on the page and stay there. Climbs to top of cliff. How to erect massive scale of it. Dancer in Icarus wings. Burden of weight, prisoner to the contraption, free falls from cliff over ocean. Use of scrim, foil, and floor. Rolls out of control, then heavy arms become wings. Shed contraption, sleek underneath. Begins to rise. Can use cliff for repelling. Feeling of conquering the sky. Knows heat of sun will eventually win. But for now, in his glory. Music, intense wind turns to soaring strings. What sound conveys unbearable heat? Here I am, this ruined thing, like strings on a violin that snap and coil no melody, no glissando. Gregory, my song is gone now. You will not dance it, and I will not dance it. My pathetic promise to you, sir, turns to dust. No time for self-pity, Andres. There's work to be done.
Scene 2. An entire day at the Excelsius.
It's a new day under control. Brew the coffee, check the payroll. I love mornings when I am needed here.
That's enough. Dreams will still dream. Better get up. Seize the day by the balls, and each day you win.
Good morning, Alexander.
How are you?
Good day. I am well. How many of the sati did we sell? No time for chit-chat, there is work to be done.
Get up and turn this one finally, piece of the dream.
She's late again.
Has she ever been on time?
Not in recent recorded history.
Morning all, cancellation.
Just one.
Morning, and something
I'll make a list of things to do.
Checking the check-day.
Seize the day by the balls, and each day you win.
Work to be done.
You're the reason I'm up
Save me, Java. Late night.
and anybody special?
A mistake. Live and learn, maybe. You'd look fabulosa in these colors.
It's not me.
How do you know if you don't try it?
It's a new day, so let's begin. Yes, it's time to let the sun shine in. If there's sunshine to be had in the days before spring. We're doing fine at the Excelsius. We're doing fine at the Excelsius.
Yes, we have that.
That's why we're here.
There's 4 more in stock.
They're how much cheaper?
Not a problem, I'll hold
Yes, we'll
it
do what's fair.
until 6 o'clock. You
How
want
can we serve
my
you
opinion?
with no
Only morons like rock.
We're doing fine at the Excelsius. We're doing fine at the Excelsius.
The sense.
Is it a visa?
For your child or for you.
ceilings dripping.
Pay the first of the month
No,
and
not
arrive on
again.
time.
I'm sure your credit is fine.
The
Never heard
process
of
get a pan.
Or a bucket or a tub. What about when it rains?
And what are you going to do about him?
What about him?
We're doing fine at the Excelsius. We're doing fine at the Excelsius.
Let the Excelsius fill your needs. The curriculum unique to your
Don't
university.
you love late afternoons?
New marching band titles are
Dingy,
organized.
Dreary, doleful, woeful, dismal.
For God's sake.
Your birthday is sliding in for a score. I am going to throw you a PARTY.
What's to celebrate?
You! I know who you are, Andres Molnar. You've done things others only dream of. You, the star. Me, your lowly dresser. Every major city from here to Budapest.
I find nostalgia sticky.
Don't be a prick, Andres. It's this god-awful weather. Dancing. Tonight. You and me. Save me from the bastardos. Come on.
Dancing.
For fun. Remember fun? That's it. Back to Brazil.
Hallelujah, we finally made it. Traffic's running so slow, and they kept me late. I'm so glad to be where I wanna be. Do what I wanna do. Be who I wanna be.
I've spent the entire day updating repertoire.
Itao sombrío.
Let's start on your homework, honey. I have a few minutes before my lessons.
Aborrecido.
Easter music should have sold out by now. Any suggestions, Andras?
Move it up front. I'll make a poster.
Andras?
Loose.
Yes, Constance, up front.
Spell carrot. That's easy. 2 R's. Broccoli.
Kale, collards, kohlrabi.
B-R-O. Yuckity.
I'll paint the door. Sunny tangerine. Papaya.
Has to be a vegetable. Here's one. Rutabaga. What?
Neon lights while you're at it.
Brilliant. I know this artist.
Rutabaga. I got this little gal coming in who wants to sing country. Not my forte. Yada?
The Dixie Chicks. Mind-blowing for country.
Gershwin's blowing my mind, sister.
You say potato.
And I say patata.
I don't want this place looking like Sex World.
Oh, so you've been?
You say rutabaga, radish,
Guaranteed two-day
broccoli.
delivery when you place your order online.
Tomate.
See what I've added, Constance?
Looks kind of
They're
squished.
up to something.
Drugs?
What a waste.
Let me see.
No, do your work.
Getting high, marking their turf. Who's going to look them in the eye and say, God made you to do something nobody else can do? What made you tick when you were that age? Where were you, Andres?
Budapest. Dancing 8 hours a day. My teacher pushed my limits. Extremely disciplined, very old school.
Ballet. That's why you carry yourself so,
Feels disjointed. It needs flow.
Flow. Right. Flow.
Our guardian angel is going after them? Yes, Nestor!
Does anybody appreciate anything I'm doing here?
Lots of new titles. Looks great.
Constance, our students.
Constance, I'm going to dinner.
Good for you.
I was thinking of Mario's.
Good choice.
yuckety vegetables.
Are you hungry?
Guess you don't need dinner then.
I'll grab something on my way to choir rehearsal.
All right.
He was in here last night. I know it.
Nestor?
Whatever his name is, do you disarm it from upstairs after I leave?
Only if I'm coming down.
It's unsettling. Could you at least check on things later?
Don't worry, it's fine.
The money's gone.
Good night. I hope I find some peace tonight.
Wanna go back home alone. Goodbye.
All exit, except for Andras and Nestor.
Who loves me? The crazy man you see at midnight, dancing down the shadows all alone. I hear voices in the wings of beetles, watching from their eyes. I see too much, and you, my precious one, may never come. Xylophone, mallets in my hands are trembling, not like sticks, but like the beetles' legs. They wonder at the rainbows in the heavens, but cannot see the surface of their skin. And you, my precious one, have gone again. Once I was, but cannot quite remember, building things when I was full of work. The moon is thin or full, but never quiet, nibbling at the darkness of this world. And she, like you, remembers who I am. Basketball rolling down the street, I know a child will call for it to come back home. Spinning the wind, I hear it scrape and dance the best it can, glad or aching, but you, my precious one. You, my precious one, will never know.
Hey, get off this property now!
Always nice to do business with a person of discerning taste. You're welcome, Edith. I wish all our clients had a minuscule portion of that woman's intelligence.
Let us know if we can be of assistance.
It's been such a long time since I was here to see Gregory.
I remember some lovely filigree over this door. What a shame it's gone. And the glass is cracked.
What
Why
am
doesn't
I
he
doing?
replace
Who am I fooling?
What happened here? What goes on here?
I won't
We have the
dance,
finest
not a
selection of
chance,
classical
not
music
a
in the entire
chance
area.
in hell. I can't dance.
And dance.
Can't do
No
it.
piano and
Can't
voice?
do it.
Our sheet music selection is par excellence.
May I see the hall?
The hallway, that just goes to the staff kitchen.
The performance hall.
The performance hall.
There's 2 studio rooms.
The back area is not open to the
I put my
public.
faith, my everything that I had left in him.
Can we tell him who's here, miss?
He'll hear from me in due time.
Who am I?
Broken. He knows
I've
nothing what
forgotten
it takes to run a
everything.
business, what it
What
cost
I
my
used to do, how
family,
did
what it
I?
takes to do it right. He knows nothing of the
forgotten
worth of what he
everything.
squandered, or the time
I
that is
used to
leaking
do,
and
did
running
I?
out.
What I used to do. What a strange way to hear about you. What bad news to hear about you. How are you? And why did you send me someone to remind me of what I no longer am and cannot do?
Ieda, I need to talk with you.
What's going on?
That young man.
Why didn't you set up a trio lesson before he left?
Remember what I told you a long time ago. When Gregory and I took over this business, we made plans. Big, grandiose plans. Excelsius was to be as majestic as her name. Not just a sheet music store where we offered a few lessons, but a cultural hub with a real performance space. That was my responsibility. That was my part of the deal.
The deal? The Excelsius Performing Arts Center.
When it became clear he was not coming back, Gregory agreed to keep the rent low so I could get it off the ground.
That's the least he could do for you. His family could buy the whole damn block.
It's a legal agreement. Did you hear the part about Gregory having lung cancer? I've known a lot of people who go really quickly from that.
And some will get through it. This must be getting to you in a lot of ways. Let's just focus on the practicalities for now, okay? So, worst case scenario, Gregory dies. I said worst case here. Certainly, he made some provision for you in his will. I mean, come on. You were his mentor and his lover for a very long time. He owes you, Andras.
And I owe him. I promised to finish the space, bring in world-class teachers for master classes, book the shows, develop new talent. You can see how much I've accomplished in 10 years. Moth-eaten velour curtains in a heap, a few rows of seating in disrepair. I'm going back upstairs for just a bit.
Why not take a nap on that heap of curtains and let them inspire you? Or you could just wake up. Come on. Look who walked through the door and demanded, not asked, for lessons from you, a master teacher. Who would even think of backing away from this? You know what you accomplished? I sweep that under the rug like it never existed.
Teach? I'm rusty. It's been years.
It's in the sangi, pumping through your veins. So what if it takes a little time to wake it up? It's who you are. So forget about what's going on with Gregory for a minute. Focus on the Excelsius. She's, what's the word? Anemic.
That's a good word.
I've got ears. I overheard what Alex and Constance said about getting rid of me.
Oh.
You're low on the cash flow, so if you've got to let me go, that would make a great tune. Honey, you are low, low, low on the cash flow.
Stop it! This place needs you.
Why? Answer that as my boss.
Your uncanny ability to hook up people with what they need. Music spills out of you. You're a vital part of everything.
It's not so vital lately. But this kid is jumping out of his skin. There's more here than you are willing to see.
What?
Gregory or no Gregory, legal agreement or no legal agreement, this place needs a transfusion.
How could that happen, O wise one?
The soul of the man that danced as a god is the soul of the man who's standing in front of me now. What is he doing? What am I doing? If I've got the music in me, then I see in my future groups of frigid northerners clamoring for samba, thawing in an orgy of sensuality.
I see in my future an orgy of naps.
Better dream on this. If this place was ordained to be an art center, Ivaki won't rest until you dream it come true. She's the one who likes the sun, but not until the dreaming's done. Don't worry, I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there with you.
Alex, we've got an online request for the G minor ballad by Chopin. I can't find it anywhere. They need 6 copies by next week.
Well, it should be right. Damn it. Some moron doesn't understand the first thing about...
Calm down. We'll find it. I played that piece at Concordia. It's so dramatic. I never mastered it, though I certainly tried. Have you ever?
Here it is. Stupid place.
Have you played it?
I thoroughly studied Rubinstein's interpretation.
That coda about killed me, and trying to bring out the secondary melodies.
Really?
Really what? Don't tell me it was easy for you. It took me months to even get close. I'd be curious to see how you handled the coda and the scherzo section. Are you up for it?
I've got to get this mess put back together, and I'm adding a whole new section to the site.
You've been here 3 years, and with a PhD. Why stay?
Nothing against Andras, but he doesn't have the grasp of the music we're handling. No one else knows the first thing about web design. They can barely navigate it.
I do find the site a bit confusing, but if you get a better opportunity, why not take it? Where did you study?
Teesdale College.
I don't know anything about their music program. Who was your piano instructor?
A very particular guy, trained at Eastman.
I really want to hear you play. The Baldwin's pretty much in tune, so when there's a lull, how come you're not teaching here?
Most people are painfully slow, and I won't teach kids.
Do you enjoy playing Liszt? What about Debussy?
You actually glue your arms to your side? Bit of a hindrance on the arpeggios?
We were having a conversation, Ieda. So go water your flowers or whatever it is you do.
Like patch up botched communications and incomplete orders. Meanwhile, Mr. Cottle will go on spouting out more trivia on Leech and Debussy, date of birth, number of compositions in A major, if they pick their noses in public, blood type.
You interrupt us, make fun of us, and we're supposed to include you?
Neither of you has given me a chance since day one. Now go ahead, ask him.
Ask him what?
Mr. Alexander Cottle, do you include Franz Liszt and Claude Debussy in your repertoire? And by the way, your oh so classical Debussy delighted in the music of the circus and the music halls, and his cakewalks sound remarkably like ragtime, don't they? And Liszt's form of the symphonic poem is at the core of the most popular music forms today. Excuse me, but I'm just an errata. Your answer, sir! Your answer, sir!
Get your facts straight. Debussy was an impressionist.
But what do you love to play? What's your passion?
He doesn't play a note. Or maybe the one-finger method. Nothing, 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 nothing. I'm an ignorant woman breathing music since the day I was born. In fact, I am music. Connie, so are you. And somewhere deep inside the sad and scared and lonely man is a symphony waiting to erupt. Watch out, it's been embedded in him since his ancestors sat on their haunches gnawing on bones.
My ancestors never gnawed on bones.
No, I'm sure they used instruments forged from gold, bearing their coat of arms, dunking deep on the mammoth and cherry sauce, and they never even ever had to floss.
We get the point, Ieda.
The point, I do not see the point of a point. The point with a single destination to define one's occupation, with a this that must go here and a this that must go there, while you live in fear of losing the point that keeps you pointing in a singular direction. Or there goes your connection.
It seems the finger you are pointing always seems to point at me.
And the point that I am making,
The point that we are making,
is an ever-shifting,
do not belong here.
You're too loose.
Too loud
ever-changing and returning.
and too proud. You're always right, we're always wrong, you're always late. Who do you think you are? Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Landing here and there, flitting as it pleases, flying on a wing, soaring on the breezes.
As the man I'd hoped that I would one day be. Not a man like me.
You agree to not remember that it wasn't always there. And Eve sits in her garden with the boasting of the face, gathering honey, snacking on the flowers. A lover makes no money, and he doesn't know of shoes.
It's the way I see myself.
Don't you long to go where everything that's good? The point.
Listen, we are trying to make a
You
point.
just don't get it. The point is to not let your soul be captured, or your
Is you
forfeit
are
into
always
the
pushing, pushing,
eternity
pushing,
over
pushing.
beginning.
But I have had enough. This and you and that and nick, 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 nick.
Maybe starting over with a different point of view. The finger that's been pointing has been mine pointing at you. My soul is leading.
The point that we are making, you
Oxygen
do
of
not
Eden.
belong here.
You're too strong.
Too loud,
Exhaling in heaven.
you're too proud. And every time I look at you, I see the things I cannot ever have or be. It's useless trying.
Know how to begin.
I wish that you would stop back
You're
up.
picking at
Why am I thinking of this? Of the first man who had me? Made me bathe and sand my hair, gave me a white dress to wear just like New Year's. That room, papered in silver, crystal chandeliers. The girl in the mirror took a tube of red, smeared it on her lips. It flared when she smiled. So fine, I thought, to make a rich man wait for me. Gazing back from the mirror, my eyes were stars. Even as he did those things, even though the painful burn inside would not stop, I could summon stars, waiting for the sun's heat. Will it be enough when my skin is drenched in summer's touch? Will yearning prove to be too much? Will I be living or just pretending? Goodbye, Rio, waiting for my lover. Will he be enough? His breath, stale skin, tough. Will my memory expect too much? Will I try him? And will I cry I always knew what to do next. That was easy. Back on the streets, sick from eating garbage, I gladly found another daddy man. I survived. The splendor of the place I used to know, giving birth to mountains, rising up in vertigo, the pulsing of the ocean, where the manta feather gleams underneath the outstretched arms of Christ. Millions of us blessed and crucified and reborn again in the streets of Rio. Sell me every flower, though their scent is gone, and they've traveled far from a distant land. They do their best under a weaker sun. I hold them higher, yes, I reach up higher. When the snow is falling on an empty street, like the sands of white singing at my feet, in the silent night I feel complete. I sparkle like the stars do in the sky over Corvocado. Ebony skin, easy laugh. That tiny room was full of us as I strung myself to you. Just another pathetic boy, one of a million, working day and night. Your mother, your sisters needing every scrap you earned. You know what, Nilton? I did not believe you could rise above your circumstance. That's how true my love was. Oliveira was beyond that way of living. The squalor of the place I used to know, running on my blisters over broken glass and stone, faster than the rats and the other brats that roamed. Always knew I must and would survive. There was only one time that I died. I left a heart bleeding in the streets of Rio. So easy for me to find another, easy to steal from a rich and fickle man, to leave that life behind, as if I could, as if I would find something greater than love. Every place I've ever known is heaven, and is hell. I guess I'm home. Goodbye, Rio. You see me. Boa noite, Nestor.
No, the owner is not in right now. A complaint? Who is this? Oh, Mr. Dyer. I will apologize on behalf of whoever. I can understand your frustration. Give me just a minute. Maybe you misread it. I'm sure if you checked it again, you'd see that it was 4 strings. Damn, I must have had it wrong on the site. Oh no, oh no. Good afternoon, Excelsius Alexander speaking. How may I help you? How do I know you're sick? You don't sound sick to me. Put your mother on right now. Carol, Alexander Cottle here. I didn't realize. All right then. Thanks. Sorry for the misunderstanding. Goodbye. So this is where I went wrong. Oh, all right. If I do that and then that. Nestor, put that back. Get out of here. Go on. Go on. This is my place, not your place. My place.
Wow, I just saw Nestor taking off down the street. That guy can really move. Did I miss anything?
One cancellation from Jocelyn. I discovered a little mistake I made on the site. Taking care of it right now.
There's one thing I need to talk with you about. I had a complaint from Mackenzie Taylor's mother last Friday. I guess Mackenzie spilled something on the floor and you reprimanded her. Sounds like you scared her, so just be aware of how you're coming across, all right?
It was food. There were crumbs up and down the aisle.
Alex, she's just 7 years old.
Alex, going into his own world.
Do you understand my concern here?
Blankly, beginning to flip into regressed state.
7 years old?
As Alex's military father, staring straight ahead.
Alexander Francis, I want this room in ship-shape order, and if I ever catch you eating food in here again, I'll...
Do, re, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, re, fa, so. I know more than just to sing some silly notes.
They will sniff out the underdog every time. Stand up! Throw the first punch! Be tough!
As if talking in his mother's voice, gooey and smothering.
There. Stop crying. He didn't mean it. You're a good boy and smart, too. He doesn't see it, but I do. Look at your hands, Alexander. The hands of an artist. You will show the world who you really are, my little Alexander the Great. That's you.
Mozart is my friend. We're child prodigies, he and I. Johannes Chrysostomus Wolfgang Gottlieb Mozart and Alexander Ponderamos Francis Stalwart Cottle. Johannes, have you noticed that stupid people hate us? It's because we are a threat. It's because of that, you know.
Entire staff enters this bizarre reality, crowding around Alex.
Alex, they call me Alex. That is not my name. My name is Alexander. Alexander Francis Cottle. And no, Francis is not a woman's name. My name is Alexander. That is who I am. If you would just listen with an ounce of your attention, you'd know that count them 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 full syllables in my name.
4 full syllables in his name. 4 full syllables.
The third movement of Haydn's Sonata No. 11 is a clear example of 2 reprised continuous tyranny form. I'm sure you know which national anthem is hidden within Schumann's deep-eyed Grenadier. It's so painfully obvious. Of course, Wagner provides the link between the mid-19th century and the development of the 12-tone system. Personally, I would not use the supertonic 7th as a substitute for the 4th chord in a plagal cadence.
We call him Alex.
Pander.
We hardly deserve his mighty jibber jabber. Jibber jabber. He knows more than you can prove it. He is aggravating our frayed nerves. All hail to Alexander. His name may do a claim. If we would just listen with a modicum of attention.
You know that 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 full syllables in my name. 4 full syllables. I was not the son that measured up to a military man. Everything I tried to do botched up his precise plans.
You're never gonna make it in the real world. You act more like a girl. My God, how I hate that quiver in your chin.
He'd hit me again.
Straighten up, keeping it, straighten up, keeping it, straighten up, keeping it, straighten up, keeping it.
I refuse to be like him. I refuse to be like him. I refuse to be like. What I could have been, what I should have been, what I can have been, makes me mad again. I'm the brunt again, of the joke again, but the fools don't understand again. With a mind like mine, I could have been, would have been, should have been a Shostakovich, Rachmaninoff, Khachaturian, Rimsky-Korsakov, Bach, Offenbach, Schubert, Strauss, Handel, Haydn, Hummel, Liszt. Great Chopin, Satie, Scarlatti, Debussy, Schreiben, Schumann, Mendelssohn, Bartok, Mozart, Wagner, and Tchaikovsky.
Scene 9. Late afternoon. James interacts briefly, playfully with Nestor as he enters the store. He takes a messy snack out of his school backpack, flings it behind the counter, and crosses further into the store, dropping crumbs, much to Alex's disapproval.
Hey there, my favorite man. How was your day?
Russell Curtin won.
I hope this was not in class.
On the playground, just for fun.
I've got a few more lessons to go. Homework?
I need to draw someone that lives in my neighborhood. Later we write a story about them. I pick Nestor.
Your 5:30 just canceled.
James gets his pack again, rummaging for crayons and paper. He exits front of store where James and Nestor play hide and seek.
Anybody else in the back room? I'd like to do some practicing.
What about James? Shouldn't he come with you?
He's fine.
Jocelyn goes to stage area.
Just in time for me. Time for me to sing. Yeah. I like the high notes. I like the blue notes too. I like the pie in the sky for today notes. The brazen bleeding of the saxophone. The rantings of miles run around, constantly reborn. I like the classical, the romantical, the mathematical perfection of some genius who's plugged into celestial spheres where angels are. Hallelujah. Sing, hey, I know one thing for sure. Lord made me to sing, and there ain't nothing that a song from the heart won't cure. That's right, and then I'm certain I can do anything. With a song to guide me, will we knew. Listen, Grandpa played the bones. He could shimmy, shake, and jive. Met a Creole woman, she kept him occupied. I'm not saying their life was easy, it surely wasn't that. From their music making, my daddy was big at. Daddy is a fun man, Mama left when I was young. My auntie loves me like her baby. God forsakes no one. We can't always know the reason or see the bigger plan. I lost my own beloved, and the violence to my son was a time when I felt nothing. A time in this pain, a time I cried forever, and loudly did complain. I always raised my voice up and finally that got me through. God in His wisdom makes an instrument of you. I know one thing for sure. Lord made me to sing, that's right, and there ain't nothing to the brook.
A cricket in the door.
A punchline to the joke. A crackle in the fire.
Silence to the rule. Laughter in your belly.
Then the bellow to the bull. He gives a rumble to the thunder. A rhythm to the rain.
A clicking to the crickets. A tapping to the cane.
A lullaby in the breezes. And amen to the wind. Yeah. Sure, Lord made me to sing, and there ain't nothing that a song from the heart won't cure. That's right, and I know for certain I can do anything. Yeah. We have a song inside us, a song to guide us, a song so righteous, nothing can stop us. We sing and sing and sing and sing Mr. Andros Molnar, please be informed that due to the recent death of my brother, Gregory Barnes, Gregory, your residence and place of business, the Excelsius,
It isn't true. Oh,
needs to be vacated by July 1st
not you.
and is scheduled for demolition.
What
later
will I
this
do
summer.
about everything?
I am aware of the tremendous, ridiculous discount Mr. Barnes granted you on this rental property.
What a word. What do I
Oh my God, it's been 10 years. For the past 10 years. And that you have passed up numerous opportunities to buy the business and property during this time.
10 years, 10 long years.
You should have taken it off my hands by now.
This is my place.
The conditions of the clause of Mr. Barnes' will, which would entitle you to full ownership of said business and building,
Can't have it.
in the
Can't
event
have
of
it.
whose passing, have not as yet been met.
Broken.
Given your age, I trust that you are more than ready for retirement. You may choose to liquidate the physical assets of the business. The physical assets of the business.
Physical assets.
And give us our 50%, 50%.
It isn't true.
Or leave that to my attorney, who will be inspecting the property this coming Friday.
Oh, no. What will I do?
I'm sure you understand my desire to expediently handle this matter on behalf of my family as we mourn books.
I wish I could do more for you. I don't know why you do what you do. Who are you? And what am I doing here in the alley, outside of a building that's not mine? I'm just like you. Heartsick. Are you heartsick? Are you wondering what to do? Throw down a ladder from the stars, I'm going to need it.
It's okay, he's better. Want me to take him inside? That okay, Nestor?
I'm going to need it before I'm through.
For God's sake, Andras, pull yourself together.
Get your head out of the sand, old man. Stick it up, look around. Everything you thought you'd built, old man, about to tumble down, tumble down.
You made a promise and you swore back then. Hold up the bargain, complete the plan. Stop your whining about what you lost. Stand up, own up now, or you will pay the cost.
There was a high time when I knew I had it all. There was a time it wasn't pretense, unrelated to the galaxy at all. When I was spinning and creating, la 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 la. I believed it to be true, I believed it to be true. I believed it to be true, I believed it to be true, true, true.
The windows rattle, the roof it leaks.
We hear you screaming in your sleep. Can the meaning be more clear? Get up, mind the ship, 'cause we are sinking here.
What a trip you had, old man. Icarus in ballet shoes. Thought you reached the sun, but you fell before you. Time to burn. Your turn was done. I kept on soaring till I fell out of the sky. Never ever even knew what hit me. Who was that lay shattered on the ground? Though I lay broken, love did find me. La 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 la, yes it was you. I believed it to be true, I believed it to be true. I believed it to be true, I believed it to be true, true, true.
This whole place would crumble, tumble right on our heads. This place would be torn down, cut clear to the ground. This whole place could crumble, tumble right on our heads. This place could be torn down, cut clear to the ground. Better face up to the here and now. Hobbling, take a bow. The story
Act 2, Scene 1. Andras is choreographing his own dream. The original Excelsius building is being constructed on stage. Downstage is a scrim with a crossover space where the scene is played just upstage of it. A curtain masks the present-day Excelsius set. We see a montage of workmen and materials crossing behind the scrim as the original building is being constructed via projections on the scrim. The name of the original building, Morton's Millinery, is visible at completion of building and is later replaced by the Excelsius in the real set. Nestor, as an Irishman, is the confident foreman of the construction crew, all don clothing suggesting early 1900s.
This is the stuff I was made of. This is the way I was made. With purpose and sweat, the best they could get of rock and steel and timber, and a dream in every seam of me. So take time to remember.
That's right, move it in. This is the hardest stone quarried in all of America. Sewell quartzite. Put your shoulder into it, boy.
Immigrants hungry and scrambling for their families' next meal. Ambition and desperation, shouldering the wheel. Chevy boys dancing the river on logs of great white pine. Dynamiting quarries, loosening the line.
Gothic revival or some damn thing. So says himself, Mr. Architect. Donaldson, you sure you got that wiring right? That's one thing I don't understand at all. Ha! Electric lights. Who would have believed it?
Steamboats crawling the rivers, railroads standing shore to shore. Shipping goods to everywhere with Europe at your door. Cities spring from boom towns, frantic skylines fly. Architects, wealthy men demanding grand designs.
Lars! Take it easy with that. It's come all the way from Italy. Morton will have me arse on a spit if you break a single wee crystal. Think what I'll have to do to you, mate.
Is this a place for living or where ashes all fall down? Not before I'm done, my friend, not before my time. I was built by many, they're kicking up their heels, stomping on the floor, sparkling in the chandeliers. The menial, the mighty, the famous, the nameless, the trappers, traders, soldiers, waiters, the midwives, the doctors, the millers and bakers, loggers, builders, farmers and bakers, the miners, masons, blacksmiths, tailors, teachers and artists, writers and dreamers, the merchants, gamblers, cheaters and preachers, the shameless and pious, the many who pay
Aye, there she is. I'll wager this building will stand forever. Take a good long look. Beer's on me tonight, boys. Quit in time.
This is the stuff I was made of. This is the way I was made. With purpose and sweat, the best I could get of rock and steel and timber, and a dream in every seam of me. So take time to remember. Built by burning desire, I still live. Listen to me, I still live. I'll take care of you, you take care of me. I still live. I was something to admire in the glory of my past. Everyone needs tending to. I was built to last. Bend me where I'm breaking and pray my soul to keep.
Or move the hell on out of here and simply let me sleep.
cluster around Andras as they realize he is the one letting them and the building down. Their happy drunk gets uglier, accusing Andras. Lights up the alarm clock. Andras jolts upright out of dream.
If you can hear me, let me say I feel confused. Yes, there is sadness for your blaze of glory, soaring from one world to the next one. Oh, but you've been gone for so long. How dare you leave me before you've come back to say what a mistake it was to leave forever. I was the best this world could offer you, and you finally see that it's true. How dare you leave me? So my love's an open wound, one I can't wrap or tend or touch or offer. I was the weight that almost held you down. Once again I see you've moved on. If I could hear you, I know you'd be telling me that I'm just stuck and stubborn, my own doing. Why does the memory of dancing when we were in time move me still? The world had to name you, so it called you Gregory. Much more than I expected, all I wanted. Don't even have to close my eyes now. You are part of me, always there. And now you're gone.
This surface is not safe. Where am I going to get a Marley? Probably too late to borrow one.
I will see what I can do.
Yeah. You pull strings all over the place.
I do what I can. What's wrong with that? Why the accusing tone?
Ieda, how long have we known each other?
Oh, is this the lecture about what happened with Alex? I am so sorry. I know I went way over the edge. 14, 15 years?
You show up, this superbly spectacular woman, to be my new dresser at the ballet. If I'd had the good fortune to be straight, I'd have given you my heart then and there.
You did give me your heart.
When you needed work later, I asked you on here because I knew you'd bring style and energy to anything you did. I knew you, I thought. I don't understand.
I swear to God, I don't either. It's just, he's such a...
I thought for a minute you were going to hit him. Why have you been picking him to the bone?
His soul is brittle.
I'm on your side.
So you don't mind an employee lying to you about his credentials? You want me to put a few initials after my name?
You've never lied.
To survive. That was a different world.
We all lie, Ada, every day. Or we tell ourselves the truth is a lie because we just can't bear it.
Don't start worrying me. Not on top of everything else. I'm pissed at you. Why don't Jocelyn and Alex and everybody else know what you've done? Why do you obliterate it? No, Ieda, don't tell them about that. It's over and done. Damn it, Andras. I want to see you in charge, in your rightful place. You are an unbelievable talent. Finally, somebody shows up who gets that.
That's what I was.
Bullshit. You should have 100 students knocking down your door just for the privilege of 1 hour with you. Lining your pockets with jewels, not worrying about making the rent every month.
Things happen. We make choices.
Blah, 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 blah. Tell me something interesting.
God, woman! No wonder you drove him to the brink. This prospect of teaching is damned uncomfortable.
Well, good. It's hard finding ourselves when we get so lost, isn't it? I've been having these dreams. I'm back in Rio. The streets and the houses and the mountains and the beaches knit together like neon moss. I'm all over the place. First I'm flying, then I'm falling and yelling with all my might, Nilton, Nilton. Silly, it's so useless. I'm really tired.
We both left so much behind. Impossible to talk about. This kid. I don't know much about him except he's got drive. He comes from money. He's not another Gregory, but I'm going to work him every way I know. Does Bryce strike you as a little superficial?
Superficially, yes. Everybody comes with an act.
I hope I can connect him to a deeper layer. Oh, Jesus, don't I need to do the same? Did I give up on myself too soon? I was so willing to turn all my attention to Gregory, dance through him, live and breathe through him.
I don't know the answer.
Go home. I can't sleep anyway, so I'm going to get the rest of these in. They're in pretty good shape after all these years, huh? See you Monday. Or stop by tomorrow and I'll put you to work.
Think I'll do that. Ciao.
Andras here.
This is Phyllis Stokes.
Yes.
About my letter.
Yes, your letter, your pleasant little notification.
It's nothing personal. Life goes on. You understand.
I'm sure I don't understand. From your point of view, it's just business. From my point of view, it's just cold.
You've had years to get it together, Andras. Years. I can't believe how generous Gregory was with you.
Life is more than business agreements. It's about people, about doing our best to mend from disasters. It's about picking up the pieces.
I don't see you picking up the pieces. I stopped by your so-called Excelsius. Excelsius? It's pathetic. The building is falling apart and you're offering a few private lessons that have nothing to do with dance. I was harassed by a homeless guy. It's not what you promised my brother. I'm sorry, Andras. I'm sorry for you, but this is an insult to Gregory. I'm having a particularly hard time with that right now.
Don't you talk to me about what I'm doing and call it an insult to Gregory. I worked endless hours with him. Endless. More than that, I loved that man with every breath I took. Something that you deemed unseemly, a social embarrassment. Then you blamed me for what he was.
I'm sorry you're bitter. Sorry you never got over it.
You do not know anything about me. Nothing.
Perhaps it's time you knew why Gregory left.
So you're going to enlighten me as to why we broke up. What did you do? Bribe him?
I wanted to see him succeed. He deserved that.
What are you saying?
He needed a patron. I had the means to do it. I don't regret it. Look what he did.
You made him leave?
No one can make anybody else do anything they don't want to do. I offered him another choice, a better choice.
You could have just gifted him the money, Phyllis. No strings attached. He had the wisdom to use it wisely. You think the money would have gone towards us? Towards me?
It's all been done. It's over, Andras. I'm not here to save you. We all have to go on.
You told him not to tell me, didn't you? I didn't know he could be bought. I must say, I'm surprised.
I understand you want us to be there on Friday evening. I can do that much for you. We'll be there at 8. Andras? Andras!
Did you hear what she said? Now I know what you did. So who the hell is this ghost? Someone I made to keep me company, to touch me, though I've not been touched in years. No, not like that. Not like this. You are not real, and the one that I love deceived me. I'm free to hate you now, dance with someone else. Before there was you, before I felt, before I broke into, there was just one of me, strong as I could be. I am returning back from the land of the dead.
Scene 7. The following Monday. Constance on phone. Jocelyn is nearby.
That's right, 8 o'clock this Friday. You'll tell Anne and Bill? Thanks so much, Beverly. Called everyone I can think of.
Half my church is coming. The choir's liable to rush the stage and take over if we let them. I can get about 50 chairs Friday morning.
That's great. Jocelyn?
Yeah?
Do you have a man in your life?
Nah, time's not right. You?
Not really, but I've been getting calls from this guy I used to know. I'm probably reading too much into it.
Ooh la la, tell me more.
Alex is in the back room attempting to play piano of just a simple exercise or the beginning of a classical piece, playing softly so no one will hear. He plays the same passage a few times, which gets no better.
It's the guy I said I'd asked to perform. Well, I did, and he said yes.
Why does that make you look like you're going to a funeral? What's his name again?
Tad Tremor. You've never heard of him? He was pretty big in the Broadway scene. Can you believe I used to accompany him? Seems like a different lifetime.
An intriguing story. I know his music. I'm a fan.
We were having a private conversation.
We're all women here. Feels like everything I do bugs you. I don't get it.
You always assume you're the most interesting thing that's going on.
To me, I am, but that doesn't mean I'm disinterested in you.
Plus, it's not really a story.
I'm not going to rain on your parade. Look, if you don't want me here, I'll leave. But I do have some perspective on amour.
I'm not in the mood now. Maybe later.
Alex's playing from the back room continues to drift into their conversation.
No hope of a gospel groove.
Got to give him credit for trying.
About makes my heart break.
I'd rather hear your story. I really would.
Okay. When I was at Concordia, my roommate was a theater major, and they needed an accompanist for a new musical production of Mariénne. Tad was in the cast. I was really nervous playing in that kind of environment, but he would encourage me, make funny little remarks to crack me up, made me feel like I could do anything. I handled that show pretty well.
So, then what?
You fell hard.
We got together our senior year. His career really started to take off after graduation. I was always his pianist of choice, so I never really tried to pursue anything else. We did concerts all over Chicago, Des Moines, Minneapolis, Denver. I still have 3 long black dresses from Dayton's, a bit too formal for funerals. I played for several of the musicals he was in, The Fantastics, Man of La Mancha, a whole string of them. I hate thinking about this even now. Anyway, he started recording a bit more of a pop sound, using me less, but he always had some excuse. One day he called. He didn't even come over, just called. Just want to let you know that I found someone more appropriate for what I'm doing.
Ouch.
Stupid me. I'd been thinking marriage. What an idiot. I just filled in the blank according to my fantasy.
I know that one.
I went to the club where he was singing. I almost threw up. Didn't stay for long. I don't like talking about... She wasn't any better than I was, but she was all show. Red dress, lots of cleavage with lots of bounce, sparkle. That's what he wanted, I guess.
You must have been livid.
I don't know. I felt dismissed. Invisible.
Oh, I'm it. I'm the red dress with cleavage. Oh, you hate my guts.
Yes, I do. I hate your beautiful guts.
Wonderful. That's great. Now that that's settled, the noise has subsided. Let's get back to the Tad man. Where are things now?
We started corresponding about a month ago.
I knew there was something.
He's made it very clear he's single.
Aha!
And that he's coming here and wants to see me. Well, obviously he's going to see me now at the show. Why? Why does he want to see me? I mean, all the famous people he's worked with and, been with. I'm nobody.
Don't you ever say that about yourself. After the way he treated you, I'd say he's the nobody.
Why do I want to see him so badly? Why am I scared that when he sees me, he'll think, why did I ever think she was somebody special?
I can feel what that man wants from here. Another chance. Sometimes when we're young, we blow it, and sometimes it seems so wrong and stupid when we look back. But what do you want?
To be what I'm not? Beautiful, fascinating.
Constance, Ieda, and Jocelyn play with props like curtains, flowers, etc. to create instant costumes for different characters, and by song's end, create a new look for Constance.
If you know what you want, go and get it. You're a woman. You have everything that you need inside, but it sure doesn't hurt to pull out the stops and use everything you've got.
But you must believe in yourself and your right to have all the love you want, all the love you need. So say it, say it, say it. I am worthy of the greatest love of all. You are Delilah. No, not me. You are Bathsheba. And next you'll say that I'm Athena. and deep. Does that surprise you? So you know what you want, I'm a woman. Go and get it. I have everything that you need inside.
And it's not that kind to use
it. Flaunt every charm you've got. 'Cause I've got a lot. Mama, your hat. So we will believe in ourselves and our right to have all the love we want, all the love we need. So say it, say it, say it, say it. Say it, say it, say it.
I am worthy of the greatest love.
Worthy of the greatest love. I am worthy of the greatest love of all.
Like giving an apple to a teacher on the first day of class. Did you ever do that? I don't know if you want to talk. We never really. You can if you want to. I have a cousin named Boyd who lives in Manhattan, you know, New York City. Have you ever been there? I didn't think so. He once told me about this homeless woman in his neighborhood. She pushes a grocery cart around and it's filled with her artwork. Somebody told Boyd it's filled with her original drawings and paintings, and she used to be an art teacher at a university. Now she just curses at everybody and pushes her cart around. What would make somebody do that?
Yo, hello, hello. Wish me luck on my first lesson with the famous Mr. Molnar.
Famous?
Ah, a joker. See you in a bit.
Bryce enters store.
What's up, ladies? You're both looking gorgeous today.
Ladies?
It means goddesses, we forgive you. Time for a real lesson before you do that boring classical stuff.
It's very tempting, but I'm gonna have to pass.
Let us know how it goes.
I'm very happy you're doing this.
You are? Okay.
Bryce goes into performance space where Andras is waiting. Andras's energy has shifted, more masterful, authoritative. Constance and Ieda continue working until the intrigue of the percussion gradually draws them towards the storefront.
Hello, Mr. Molnar.
Bryce, forgive the mess. We're in the midst of rehabbing. Ready?
I am so pumped. Bit nervous.
Did you know I used to think your playing was just random noise? I wished you'd go away. Maybe you've got no place to go. Maybe you like it here.
I danced this afternoon, so I'm pretty warmed up.
Let's begin. Show me balancé, balancé, chassé, pas de bourrée, pique préparation, ondole pirouette. I see Gregory's movements in your hands. Precise. This time internal rhythm, whatever leads you from in here. Again. Clarify the croisé, soften into the plié. What can we do about those ribs?
My ribs?
When I went to college, I thought I would at the very least end up being a professor. You know what I really wanted? To be a concert pianist. I mean, really, really good.
Been studying a long time. There's layers on layers. Here, balancé. Soften. Good. Continue.
Did you dream of playing garbage can lids when you were a kid? I hope you don't think I'm insulting you. I'm not good at talking. I'm trying to give up insulting people, but it seems a shame to give up my one great talent.
You want a more consistent tempo?
Imagine my hands are still on your ribs, breathing in with you, breathing. No reason to force the exhale. Sigh.
Like this? One and two, and I can't count it.
Yield to the earth in the chassé. Imagine your feet are paws.
All right, I'll just do it.
Why do you dance?
I love leaping, feeling strong, like my joints are oiled. That's so cool. That happens when I'm really warmed up.
Happening a bit less these days?
Maybe.
One thing at a time. Keep breathing in, breathing out at your pace. Your toes are clenched.
Right.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
I assume Gregory told you about my injury?
He said it took you out of performing, but it wasn't, that serious.
Not that serious?
Said you could teach in your sleep.
It's been years. Did he tell you that? Well, how would he know? Okay. Do it again. Let go completely on the exhale. Every time. Yes. Keep sighing. Feel your feet opening up, your tail releasing down.
Yeah. I don't understand. And excuse me if I'm out of line here, but I expected you'd have like a dance company or something.
Oh, damn, I lost the beat again.
Soften here. Right now, I'm the one asking questions. I need to know why you're here. Ambitious? Competitive?
Both. No shame in that, is there?
Not at all. Give in to gravity. Expand into your space. Don't push yourself into it.
I want the kind of careers that you and Gregory have both had. I'm not dabbling in this. Mr. Molnar, I've wasted enough time already. I've got to get better and stronger. Get myself out there more. In fact, I want to drop school and just dance. My parents think that's a bad idea, but they're paying,
Did Gregory encourage you to do this professionally? Did he think you could?
He told me not to hold my breath. Oh, yeah. On the other hand, he sent me here, didn't he? I don't give up easily. It's all I want.
You've got lots of unlearning to do, which is harder than learning. First assignment, find 150 reasons why you want to do this, and show me all that in a single movement. Convince me, or don't waste my time.
Deal.
Then we have an unbelievable amount of work to do.
Alex! Alexander! Drumming! Drummer!
If you're conning me or yourself in any way, you'd better tell me soon. I never expected to teach again. I took myself out of that world.
Because of your injury? There's a lot that can be done. My uncle's a sports surgeon.
I did teach. I mentored Gregory for years. I was as responsible for his career as he was. Did Gregory tell you about us at all?
Only in a professional sense.
Did you know we were lovers?
Yeah, it seemed likely. I don't have any problem with that.
I'm not asking whether or not you approve.
No, sir.
Bryce, Gregory is dead.
You got him? I'm so sorry.
Show me that again. All the great ones pass away sooner or later. We get a little window of opportunity, a sliver. But oh, what some mortals can do. I'll work with you, but you've got a lot to do with a performance coming up in 4 days.
Wait, you kidding?
See, we've got this little problem about keeping our space. Yes! Just like that!
Scene 9. Major preparation for the show. Ieda, Constance, and Jocelyn work on their dance routine while doing additional tasks. Nestor is good with a hammer, fearless in heights. Alex answers Nestor's hammer rhythm with other tools. Bryce practices as Andras coaches him. Andras demonstrates with improvement in agility. Bryce also works on the space, bringing in lighting equipment, with James assisting. Ieda works with Constance and Jocelyn on dance steps.
One more time, gals.
We're getting better.
What about harmonies?
First, let me know what you think about this next dress.
Constance exits to another space to change clothes.
She is a woman obsessed.
He's coming, she knows he's coming.
Bringing what she needs for her heart's desire.
He's coming.
Love is coming. La 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 la.
Mr. Alexander Cottle, I once promised you a samba lesson.
I don't want a lesson.
Just footwork to start. Relax your knees. Sauchi tanchi. Bouncy wouncy. Step back on the left. Half step forward on the bowl. Add your weight. Slide your back foot forward. See?
I don't know.
Now reverse. Don't travel. Knees relaxed. See?
This is stupid.
Everyone was born to dance. No exceptions.
Alex shows a glimmer of catching on.
That's it. Checking out, ladies.
Stops dancing.
Sorry for the way I've handled things, Alexander. You did egg me on, but game's done. Concluido.
Why?
I see you. It's that simple. Again?
You may have to change your plans. You may have to take a bigger chance. You may have to call on your friends who will tell you.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. It's coming. It's coming. I feel it coming. Kick it into high gear and take our chances. We'll nail it. We'll do it. Let's not screw it up. Pump that adrenaline. Ha, ha, ha.
They continue vocalizing, dancing, and working to convey passage of time from this evening to the next. Blackout.
Do I need a boutonniere for my lapel? I'm feeling rather plain. What do you need to tell me? Phyllis bought a front row seat. She's bringing rotten tomatoes?
No. It's back to Rio for me.
Is this a joke?
I bought my ticket. I've arranged for Carlos and Maria to give dance lessons here. If that's what you need, I mean, I'm leaving next week.
What, for a week or two?
I don't know. Don't look at me like that.
You bought a ticket. You didn't talk to me first, and you picked this moment to tell me.
Okay, I was chicken. Don't try to talk me out of these.
I just got kicked in the stomach.
Things will be fine, Andras. I've got a great feeling about tonight.
I can't do this.
Do what?
The show. Anything. Everything.
Stop it. We're all behind you. I think it's almost a sure thing. One hell of a party anyway.
Yes, that's just what we need. A little party. And you are so behind me that you're leaving. Well, you run it tonight.
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong? What is wrong? I've taught some little dream big guy to do a few tricks. I've put in a few seats, hung a few lights, and I think something is going to change. The best of my life is over, and the person I loved, really, really loved, stabbed me in the back a long time ago. Then he went and died before I could do...
You are not the only person that's been betrayed. And I am not betraying you by doing what I need to do. There is no fucking way we're going to present some little insignificant talent show tonight. We are going to lay it on the line and give them the best of what we have, whatever that looks like. And if that little dream big guy, Bryce, is going to mess up, he'll do it with all his heart. You're the one that's been selfish here, hoarding your hurt and lying to yourself about how useless and used up you are, keeping it oh so together for everyone.
Stop! I don't want you to leave. I don't know if I can do any of this. Forgive Gregory, face Phyllis, teach, hold on to this place. And why do I even want to hold on? Some days it feels like a prison, a lifeless dream that just stretches on and on. But the worst dream is me living on the street with nothing, less than the nothing I've got now.
Don't underestimate the power of what is happening here. It must have been hard to go from starring on the grand stages to being almost invisible, then to see someone you love take your place. Gregory was weak, not very brave. We know that now. Can't we just be human and go on? If I didn't have to go, I wouldn't. If you didn't have to do this show, you wouldn't. But you do, Andras. You do.
Why? Why do you have to go?
To find the one I left behind.
Needle in a haystack, Ieda. The chances of finding him are 1 in 1,000.
No. Aquela que perdi. Me. Myself.
While you're gone, everything here could just poof, disappear. I have to face the music alone, huh?
Hey, the music is what it's all about, remember?
Vaguely. Come back if you can. I still need you.
Scene 11. Performance space, Friday night. 2 seats in front, marked off with a reserved sign. Staff hovering in the wings.
We can't make them wait any longer. If she's not here, then damn it, she's not here.
Andras to center stage in performance space.
Wow, so many of you. We scrambled to get the word out, and I hear that some of you changed your plans last minute to make it to tonight's performance. It means so much to us that you're here. I'm very proud of my staff and their efforts to create the new, the improved, the unforgettable Excelsius, as we, with a bit of luck, kick off our almost spring and summer music and dance series. I'm going to let the dazzling, the stupendous, the exotic, the quizzical, and quixotic mistress of ceremonies, Ms. Ieda Oliveira, take it from here. Ieda?
Ladies and gentlemen, children and music lovers all, you are in for a treat. But before we bring on our first famed mystery artist, let me ask you something. How many of you have been here before? How many of you have ever been in this room before? No, not many. Well, if our wishes come true, this will become your favorite place for a multitude of activities. And now it is my distinct privilege to bring you actor, musician, recording artist, and Broadway superstar from your own hometown, Mr. Tad Tremor. Give him the welcome he deserves.
It's amazing to be here. I was going to open with Chicago from Earl Tracy, the show that kicked my career into gear. But you'll have to forgive me. I've got kind of a personal agenda here tonight. So here's something from the off-Broadway show Last Escapade called The One I Left Behind.
I
may have lived in some mighty places, I may have been seen with famous faces, I may have won some kick-ass races, but there's one thing I've not done. I may be addicted to racing cars, I may have a penchant for clove cigars, I may have done deals with sheiks and czars, but there's one thing I have not done. I have been with women dripping with jewels. When I ask for love they can't refuse. When the stakes are high I never lose, but there's one thing I have not done. Yes, I like my villa off the coast of Spain, cruising my Jaguar in the driving rain. I would give it all up, never complain for the one I left behind. She's got my heart on a hook, pulling, wiggling, squirming. She does not have a clue that I'm suffering. She's as cool as a cucumber I'm sweltering. There's just one thing to be.
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 There's just one thing to be done. I'm going to take a taxi, a plane, and a train. Then I'll walk those miles, and you'll hear me pray. And take this playboy back from the gigs he's playing for you. He'd settle down on a bed of beautiful red thornless roses. Stuck in her toes is what I am down on that. Knees for the question that poses, of course I will. Please, you are the one that I.
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 You are the one that I need. Do I really deserve her? Who can say? I may be too late. She may have gone away. Why wait? I'll leave today for the one I left behind. I've been smoking, snorting, raising hell. I've been a bad boy doing some things I won't tell. Flying way too high, long ago I fell for the one I left behind. Yes, I like my villa off the coast of Spain, cruising my Jaguar in the driving rain. I would give it all up, never complain. Life without her is too insane. I am almost ready to abstain. Just kidding, I'm really ready for the one I left, for the one I need, for the one I left behind.
Tad Tremor, Mr. I Spy himself. Thank you. And now I suspect that most of you don't know about the incredible talents of my boss and dear friend, Andras Molnar. This is the same man that started his career in classical ballet many years ago in Hungary, danced to great acclaim throughout the world, and ended up here, just like I did, in America. Though an unfortunate injury took Mr. Molnar out of the public eye for too long, he has recently resumed teaching.
Phyllis enters, escorted to reserved seat in the front row audience. Ieda addresses her.
Glad you could finally make it. Is there just one of you?
Phyllis nods.
Mr. Molnar, a great artist whose contribution to the world of dance has yet to be fully credited as he so deserves, tonight is presenting one of his gifted students, Mr. Bryce. Sorry, I forgot to ask.
Baptiste. No, wait, Bordeaux.
Mr. Bryce Bordeaux.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is something else I must say. A former student of mine who was much more than a student, but a gifted... What can I say about Gregory? If you never saw him dance or his brilliant choreography, if you never knew Sorry, my thoughts are out of order here. Gregory Barnes died a short time ago. If you live in the world of ballet, you may have heard that by now. He never had the fame of a Baryshnikov or Balanchine, but he was unforgettable as a dancer, as a disciplined athlete, as an artist who thrived on taking chances. Sometimes he failed. More often he amazed us. Bryce met him. Had the good fortune to study briefly with him, right, Bryce? So a little change here, but I want this to be, I need this to be a tribute to Gregory tonight. And Phyllis. Phyllis Stokes is Gregory's sister. I hope you can see what a difference his life also meant to me.
Bryce begins solo. As piece progresses, we see a mirroring of what the ghost was dancing in Act 2, Scene 2. Andras steps in to join Bryce, letting him know with a look that he is fully supported.
This is the stuff I was made of. This is the way I was made.
With purpose and sweat and stronger than rock and steel and timber. With purpose and sweat and stronger than rock and steel and timber. And the dream in every seam of me, alive in every pore of me. In memory it was to be, in memory it was to be. Now I remember, yes I remember. This life is mine.
Ieda, Jocelyn, and Constance take places on stage.
We've been singing a song lately that's about reading us nuts. Now I am a certified Castanha do Brasil. Who knows what that means? A Brazil nut. Right? Sorry, that's really bad. But the point is, where I'm from, everybody sings at a concert. I'm talking loud, folks. I'm talking below the roof off.
It's coming, I feel it coming. Everything I need for my heart's desire. It's coming, spring is coming. One day the world will bloom. You may have to change your plans. You may have to take a bigger chance. You may have to call on your friends who will tell you, yes you can, yes you can, yes you can.
We need to know. Do we stay or do we go? We need to know. Do we stay or do we go? We need to know. Do we stay or do we go? We need to know. Do we stay or do we go?
Thank you for coming. We hope to hear from you soon.
I'm going to say something now. You have a right to know my decision. Somehow, I forgot what you have to offer, Andras Molnar. That was a fitting tribute. I'm granting you a 6-month extension. I've got to leave now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Excelsius Performing Arts Center lives!
And yes, we'll laugh in the winter. Yes, we'll It's a new